I think my boyfriend is unattractive, but I always call him handsome and cute. I want to be upfront that I love him completely, and this isn't a complaint. It's more of a confession, I guess, with a strange ending I didn't see coming when I started writing this. I should explain how I see people in general because it's important context. I've genuinely never understood physical attraction as a primary driver for anything. When I look at people, famous people, models, whoever, I mostly just see faces. Some are more symmetrical than others, some have features that are considered appealing, but there's rarely a moment where I look at someone and feel pulled toward them because of how they look. It's just not how I'm wired. I figured this out in high school, and it made dating confusing for a while, but eventually I stopped trying to make myself work like everyone else seemed to. When I met my boyfriend, he was the funniest person I'd ever been around. Sharp, quick, the kind of funny that catches you off guard. He noticed things other people didn't. He was kind in ways that weren't performative. He remembered what people told him and asked about it later. I fell for all of that completely, and his face was just the face that came with it. But his face is not what most people would call conventionally attractive. If you passed him on the street, you probably wouldn't look twice. He knows he's not traditionally handsome. He knew it deeply when we met in a way that went beyond just knowing it. It had gotten inside him. It made him small. He barely made eye contact when we started dating. Not with me, not with strangers, not with servers at restaurants. He apologized constantly for small things, for ordering something that took a minute to prepare, for asking someone to repeat themselves, for laughing too loudly. He once apologized to me for sitting on my side of the couch. I remember thinking, who told you that you needed to be this small? So I started talking. I told him he looked good in blue, that his smile did something to a room, that he should wear that particular jacket more often because it suited him. I told him he was handsome when he was mid-sentence about something he cared about, because that part was genuinely true. There's a version of him when he's lit up that I find completely captivating, and I don't really understand why. I called him cute when he was tired. I told him he had a good face. None of it was a lie exactly. More like a curated version of the truth. He is cute. I just don't think he's objectively handsome in the way society usually means that word. But I didn't think he needed my personal aesthetic framework. I thought he needed to hear something true enough that it could take root. Over about 2 years, I watched him change. Slowly at first, then all at once. He started holding eye contact, stopped apologizing for things that didn't require apologies, got a haircut he actually liked instead of the one he'd been defaulting to for years, started dressing like someone who thought about it, started taking up the space he was supposed to take up. He makes friends easily now, talks to strangers at bars, coffee shops, in lines. He's become the person in a room that people gravitate toward, which is partly his personality, but partly the way he carries himself now. He told me a few months ago that he actually likes how he looks, that he'd never been able to say that before. I smiled and said I was glad. Last month, a woman at a coffee shop slipped him her number while I was in the bathroom. He came back to the table holding it with an expression like he'd been handed something he didn't know how to classify. He said, "I genuinely don't know what to do with this." I said, "Throw it away." He laughed and threw it in the trash without looking back, and I noticed something in myself when he did, something that was equal parts pride and something else I didn't examine too closely right then. Last week, his friend asked me directly, in the way that made clear he wanted the honest answer, "Do you actually think he's attractive?" And I said yes, immediately, without any internal negotiation. And the strange thing, the thing I'm still turning over, is that it was completely true. I don't know when it happened. I've tried to trace it back, and I can't find the exact moment. But somewhere between the compliments I gave him and the person those compliments helped him become, I stopped seeing what I used to see. The face is the same face. Something about how he inhabits it is different now. Or something about how I look at it is different. I honestly can't tell which one. I think I accidentally convinced myself, which when I say it out loud, sounds completely ridiculous. I started saying it because I wanted it to be true for him. Somewhere along the way, it became true for me too. I'm not even remotely mad about it.